Was Jubert of Bavaria truly a sorcerer, or a terrified man caught in a web of superstition and fear? Did he conjure demons, or simply unravel under the relentless questioning of a shrewd judge? The year is 1437, and the air in Briançon hangs thick with suspicion, smoke, and the scent of fear. Let's dive into the chilling details of a trial that would forever stain a man's name, and perhaps reveal a terrifying truth about the darkness lurking beneath the surface of medieval Europe. The story begins with a skinner named Jubert, a man from Ratisbon, a city nestled in the heart of Lower Germany. He wasn't a nobleman, a warrior, or a priest, just a simple craftsman, a man who dealt in hides and leather. But his life took a gruesome turn when whispers of witchcraft began to circulate, and soon he found himself facing accusations that would forever alter his fate. The court, presided over by Judge Tholosan, a man steeped in years of experience in these unsettling cases, was a grim stage for this unfolding drama. Tholosan, a prosecutor known for his unwavering belief in the power of demonic influence, had spent a decade dissecting the practices of suspected witches, compiling a disturbing catalog of rituals and beliefs. He wasn't swayed by doubt. He saw a network of devil worship, a secret society plotting to undermine the established order. Jubert's trial began with a flurry of unsettling confessions. He claimed to have been visited by 3 demons, lecherous, arrogant, and miserly, each appearing in grotesque and unforgettable forms. Lecherous, a seductive young woman, had invited him to a night of pleasure, while arrogant manifested as a mole, then a middle-aged man in black. Miserly, an ancient, filthy figure, demanded offerings of food and money, threatening to extinguish Jubert's life, and it didn't stop there. Jubert detailed a horrifying series of rituals. He confessed to prostrating himself before the demons, spitting on a cross, stamping upon it with his left foot, and desecrating it with his own waist. He worshipped them with a fervor that bordered on madness, offering them his limbs, his body, and his very soul. He'd turn his back to God, his arse towards the east, a blatant act of defiance against the divine. The details grew increasingly bizarre and disturbing. He described a secret pact with these demonic entities, a constant stream of whispered commands and unsettling visions. He'd recognize fellow sect members by the smoke rising from smelting furnaces, a chilling testament to the clandestine nature of their gatherings. But the confessions didn't stop with the supernatural. Jubert implicated himself in acts of violence and cruelty. He confessed to drawing a picture of a widow, Jean, with 2 keys, a deliberate act of malice intended to blind her. He spoke of using herbs and poisons, concocting deadly brews with the help of his demonic companions. He recounted a dramatic encounter in Vienna where 3 drunken cooks were silenced by demonic intervention, their bodies thrown into wells, drains, and lavatories. He described the creation of changelings, demonic children swapped for human infants, born with swollen bellies and unsettling stares. And then there was the matter of a keeper who built a bridge for demons across a river, a blatant violation of sacred ground. The trial record meticulously documented these confessions, each one more unsettling than the last. Jubert's words were punctuated with references to rituals performed under the light of the full moon, to the use of specific herbs and incantations, and to the constant presence of his demonic patrons. The judge, Judge Tholosan, listened intently, his face a mask of grim determination. He interrogated Jubert relentlessly, pressing him for details, demanding clarity, and scrutinizing every word. He examined the accused repeatedly, observing his demeanor, assessing his sincerity, and searching for any sign of deception. Tholosan wasn't interested in legal loopholes or mitigating circumstances. He viewed Jubert as a fallen soul, corrupted by demonic influence, a threat to the established order. He saw the trial not as a search for justice, but as a necessary purge, a way to cleanse the community of the insidious forces of darkness. The trial unfolded with a chilling precision. Witnesses were summoned, their testimonies carefully recorded. The details of Jubert's confessions were meticulously documented, each gruesome detail laid bare for all to see. The air in the courtroom grew heavy with anticipation, a palpable sense of dread hanging over the proceedings. As the trial progressed, a disturbing pattern emerged. Jubert's confessions seemed to grow increasingly elaborate, more fantastical, more unsettling. It was as if he were deliberately feeding the court a stream of increasingly bizarre and horrifying details, a desperate attempt to control the narrative to shape his own fate. The judge, however, remained unmoved. He saw through the charade, recognizing the underlying truth that Jubert was indeed a man consumed by demonic influence, a man whose mind had been warped by the insidious whispers of the underworld. The final verdict was swift and merciless. Jubert was condemned to be burned alive in public, a gruesome spectacle designed to serve as a deterrent to anyone else who dared to dabble in the dark arts. The execution was set for a date yet to be determined, a chilling reminder of the consequences of defying the authority of God and the law. But the trial wasn't just about Jubert. It was about the prevailing beliefs of the time, the pervasive fear of witchcraft, and the willingness of medieval society to embrace violence and superstition as a means of maintaining order. It was a reflection of a society gripped by anxiety, a society that sought to explain the inexplicable through the lens of demonic influence. The witnesses summoned to testify: Jodocus Owling, the Castellan of Chatelain; Jean de Platy from Visp; Shannonus, the priest's son; Jacques Lampertner; and François de Riedmen, the notary. Each brought their own perspective to the proceedings, adding layers of complexity to the already unsettling narrative. They were bound by oaths, their property at stake, their voices adding to the chorus of judgment. The documents themselves, the formal agreements, the meticulously detailed confessions, the judge's pronouncements stand as a chilling testament to the power of language, the ability of words to shape reality, and the enduring legacy of fear and superstition. As the flames consumed Jubert's body, a profound question lingered in the air. Was he a genuine sorcerer, a practitioner of dark magic, or simply a victim of his own tormented imagination? The answer perhaps lies not in the details of his confessions, but in the context of his time, in the pervasive atmosphere of fear and suspicion that gripped medieval Europe. The trial of Jubert of Bavaria serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked belief, the fragility of the human mind, and the enduring power of darkness to corrupt and destroy. It's a story that continues to haunt us centuries later, a chilling testament to the enduring mysteries of the human psyche and the unsettling depths of the human soul. And it leaves us with a lingering question: can a man truly be guilty of crimes he doesn't consciously commit if those crimes are born of a corrupted mind, a mind possessed by forces beyond his control?